Got our bags. Finally got to meet Justin.
Yes, sir.
He came and picked us up there. We headed back to his site where he was working at, and
you lead the way.
very interesting. He's got a lot going on for a young kid. Met Justin, and we was walking down the sidewalk back over to the parking lot where he had parked at. You know, Justin seemed like a good kid, and then we walk around the corner, and I see what we're riding.
Justin, I can see your first error right here.
A Chevrolet. What are you?
I'm not gonna hold that to you right now.
Yeah. What are you, a Dodge man or Ford?
Ford.
Oh,
A GMC of all things. I said, you know, the boy's he's pretty smart, but he's lacking on his truck choices. But anyway, you know, beggars ain't choosy, so we jumped in there and took off and went back to his place and went out to his job and was checking that stuff out. And you know, Justin, he's got a lot going on. To be a young man, he has accomplished a lot. And for me in the logging, you know, I always said grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, because I've always wanted to get into construction. And here Justin is a accomplished construction outfit, been doing it since he was 18 years old, and he's trying to get into logging.
I know a lot about excavation work and site work and stuff, and I know the do's and don'ts as far as that goes. So I was really enthused to get Bobby's perspective on things with logging, and he gave me a lot of advice, and you know, he gave his seal of approval, which was a big deal to me for what I'm doing in logging. But he also made some advice, you know, that I'm doing a few things wrong, which is okay. I plan to implement some of his fixes throughout the next couple of weeks to months. So Westrock's paying
really, he's jumping out of the pan into the fire, but you know, he's got a different method of doing it, and he's doing it a lot better way than I did. When I started doing it, you know, we went with a dealer, and of course that's the middleman, and he gets a cut out of everything you do. But Justin's got enough sense that, and you know, smart enough and been in business long enough that he knows that you make money by going out and buying the timber yourself, marketing yourself, and that's what he's doing. And he's making a lot more per load than I ever did. And even though my shovel logging, we did make more than conventional crews, Justin's even making more than I was in shovel logging. So he's doing about it the right way. If he doesn't get too big, he's gonna have a successful career doing it.
The ones we had, was just a lot beefier. This is different. They would crack right around here. They would start. The head used to be stamped on ours, and they would start cracking. And when you seen that, and what caused it was dual tires. Right. The only place that happened is in southeast United States.
Yes, sir.
Every 3 to 4 months, you'd break a spin that was $5,000.
Wow. Yeah. My name is Justin. I'm here at Mid-Atlantic Excavation and Logging. I've got some logging experience, but I'm looking to dive deeper into the logging aspect of stuff. I've been in the construction industry for about 8 years now. Got me some logging equipment. With the current economic times, I'm looking for some advice on how to move forward and making sure that we're making all the right moves and steps. So I reached out to a good friend, Mr. Bobby Goodson. He's got extensive knowledge in this industry, and called on him for some advice.
Hey guys, this is Bobby Goodson. It's been a while since I talked to anybody, but I'm actually in beautiful Virginia, the state of lovers or something like that. But I came down, a friend of mine called me named Justin, and he's actually in the excavation business.
been in that for a good while, and was getting into logging, and he just asked me if I could come up and just help him with anything, you know. Be honest with you, my first thought was, why is he getting into logging? I mean, his construction is always what I wanted to get into, but I was in logging. Like I told him, I said the grass is always greener. But anyway, but he told me some of the downsides to the construction side of it is, you know, one thing about logging, if you get out there and you work and you turn in tickets, you can get paid for them. Construction, not so much. You can go out there and spend a lot of money and invest a lot of time on the site or construction site or whatever, and you might not get your money. So I can understand his point of view there. But not really knowing what to think by just other than talking to him on the phone, I'm pretty impressed. He is not doing it like most people do it. He's already got some background with heavy equipment. He knows how businesses run, and the fact that he was in construction, and a lot of times in construction with right-of-ways and clearing lots or whatever, you got trees involved in it. And I think that's actually kind of what got him into it, is he was clearing some land and had a bunch of trees on it, so he had to get rid of them, couldn't get anybody to help him, so he ended up, a few years ago, buying some equipment and got into it in a small way. Well, he decided to get back into it, and what he's doing is pretty smart. And he's actually, not all of them, but he's getting some lots that the people want cleared. And he's logging the timber, all his. And then he's clearing the lots up for a separate fee. They're paying him again. So that's pretty smart. I mean, stumpage is the biggest cost of wood. When I say stumpage, that's buying it from the landowner. And then you negotiate a price from the mill, and then you got to pay the landowner, and then the mill pays you, so then you got all the work involved. But he's getting his wood stumpage free, which is absolutely great. So he's not doing it the way I did it when I started. When I got into it, it was all about production. We had to go through a dealer. You know, Justin's buying his own stuff for the most part. So I think he's going to do well. If he don't try to get too big, he's got his head screwed on straight. If he don't try to get too big and keep doing what he's doing, he's going to make a good living. Like I told a lot of people, just because you see a job with brand new equipment moving 100 loads a week, that don't mean they're making money. You can move a lot of wood and still go broke. But what it is, it's the bottom line that what counts, you know. And he's smart enough that he's out here paying very little or no stumpage prices, and he's clearing the land, he's getting paid to clear the land. That's a win-win situation in my book.
Around 10:40 Friday morning, my grandfather gave me a call and said we had a big issue at the house, and I guess the brakes failed on the tractor and the trailer, and it rolled down the hill and the trailer flipped over, and wanted Mr. Bobby to give me some advice on that.
All right, then let's if you'll cut the strap, we'll see what happens, and then you get on your back and come down there and take the logs off, and I'll tell you what it looks like.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That'd be excellent. You know, you stand there and give your advice. That's what my insurance company wanted anyway. Their advice to me was get a logger that's got experience with that stuff.
All right, what time you want to go out there?
Anytime you'd like to. You just tell me what time and we'll make it happen.
All right, after breakfast, I'll give you a call. We'll head out there and get her done.
Sir, that sounds good to me. My insurance company gave me some advice. They told me to call a more experienced logger and get some advice from them on how they would go about getting the logs removed from the trailer and getting the trailer stood back up without damaging the truck any further.
As we went up to Justin's house, we noticed in the back left corner of the house, a red Peterbilt sitting there kind of jacked up in the front. And Justin had told me that he had a truck that the brakes released and rolled down the hill with nobody in it, jackknifed in the backyard and turned over. After initially looking at it, at the angle that the trailer was in, the truck was not in no danger of turning over. But it did have the fifth wheel plate and the kingpin plate on the trailer in a terrible bind. And you could tell the trailer was full on. It was bent up pretty bad.
But you know what? I don't think you can turn the truck over, not at this angle.
Okay.
I mean, it would have to. It had to be a lot more weight than that to put that truck over like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But let's look at the other side. All right. Good looking truck, man.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna tell you one thing about your trailer. It's got a good fifth wheel plate.
Yes, sir. It does.
You know what, though? I think if take that backhoe, come around here and put the bucket up against those trees,
Yes, sir.
and then we can cut that strap, and then probably just start taking them off one at a time until it sets back down.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir.
If you got any guys around here that can help us do that?
I do. Yes, sir.
right.
Yep, we can get that. All right, we got some helping hands today. On the
Good.
brakes, my grandfather.
That's your granddad?
Yes, sir.
All right.
In the middle is Wayne, and the left is his son Nick.
All right. So this is some of the guys that help you?
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, good morning. How you doing? How you doing, sir? Wayne. Bobby.
Nick.
Nick, nice to meet you, sir.
Don.
You the grandpa?
Yeah.
So you the one seen this thing happen?
I seen it. Yep.
I bet you that was a sight to see.
Ooh, what a mess it was.
Well, you want to see if we can get what we can do about getting this thing fixed? Let me grab my stick so I don't fall down. Now look, this is, I mean, I've been in a similar situation before. This is what I was thinking. Y'all got, you know, speak up, because every situation is different, but I think if we bring that cat around here and try to push some of the logs back over, take some pressure off that strap, and then we get the strap off of it, probably take the back of it, with the thumb, and start taking it off the top first. See if we get some of the weight off of it. But I'm gonna tell you what, that's the toughest strap I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that-
at home we have to use 4-inch wide straps, and we put 2 to a cut-up load and 2 to a tree link load. Like if this bump would have 2, and then the back bump would have 2. And we had a truck that wrecked and slung logs everywhere, even with the strap on it.
Wow.
In fact, that's why we actually went to a headache rack in front of the trailers to try to prevent the trees from moving. But in this case, it wouldn't have helped you here. But y'all got any ideas? What do y'all think?
No, I think we'll push on them a little bit and maybe grab a pole saw and cut that strap
Yeah.
so we stay back from it.
Right, right.
Yeah, cut it from the other side so it'll
Yes,
come
sir.
back this way.
Yep.
Because I don't know how springy that thing is.
Right. And I should grab it below the strap? Or not grab it, but push against it.
Well, yeah. What I think I would do is open up your thumb there. Use the thumb on the bottom of it to push over on it, and then when the strap's cut, that way you can go ahead and bite it while you got it on it.
Okay.
Like maybe get the first couple 2 off the top. Probably when that strap cuts, them 2, but it's probably gonna roll off anyway.
Yeah, even that third one up there.
Yeah, just let them start coming off and move them out of the way, and because it ain't gonna turn that truck over. It can't. I mean, it would. I ain't saying it can't, but it would have to it'd take a lot of weight to flip that truck over this way.
Yeah.
She got her popping a wheelie now, though.
Oh yeah.
If that bolster right there hadn't caught that chassis, it would have ripped the fifth wheel off.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Get her done.
Yeah.
Justin bravely took the saw and cut the strap, and they got it unloaded.
You want to put some pressure on that up here?
Push it down.
A little bit, yeah.
The side of it's caved in a little moon of catwalk stuff, whatever you call that.
Yeah.
After we started pulling it out, coming back up the driveway, the trailer was twisted so bad that the left side tandem of the trailer was about a foot off the ground. I mean, the trailer was twisted so bad the tires on it touched the ground. So I told Justin, I said, yeah, we might save the truck, but I can't say much for the trailer.
I just hate the trailer.
After Wayne pulled the truck back up the driveway, Justin had a vacant field over kind of out of the way that he was going to go back the trailer in, and Wayne was able to get it backed over there. But the trailer was twisted in such a way that you couldn't pull the fifth wheel lock, and so Justin's grandfather came around there with the backhoe and actually had to push the trailer back over so to set flat on the fifth wheel. And I think it was Nick actually pulled the kingpin bar out, and but Nick pulled the bar out, and still. It was in such a bind that they still couldn't detach, and we had to actually get the backhoe to pull the trailer back. And once it unhooked from the fifth wheel, we seen why it wasn't unhooked, because the whole front of the trailer was twisted up, you know, with the landing gear probably one side of it about a foot off the ground. I mean, it twisted the mess out of that trailer.
Justin, we saved the truck, but I can't say much for the trailer.
Yeah, I don't think we saved that, but
No.
we did save the truck.
Good scrap iron.
That's right, yep. Some parts on it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you want to head out to the woods?
Yeah, we'll head out to the site, that's fine.
Look, man, nice meeting y'all guys.
Nice seeing you.
Yes, sir. Nice meeting you. Y'all stay safe.
You too.
All right, man. See you. Well, after getting here to Justin's house and looking at the truck and trailer, the truck's safe. I mean, we ain't going to hurt the truck, but I can't say what's going to happen to the trailer. It's like it's twisted pretty bad. But I was telling Jason, if we can get Justin, if we can get his the backhoe up there to hold the trees, you know, because you never know what's going to happen, how much tension and pressure is on that strap. But if we can put the bucket up against it, kind of take some of the stress off of it and get that strap off, you know, take the thumb and just take the trees off one by one. And we did that, and shoot, as we was getting all the wood off, the trailer started righting itself. But we didn't know how bad it was twisted, but obviously you can see in the background over there that it's twisted beyond repair. He could probably drop his tires off of it and some parts if he needed it, but the chassis is no good.
Justin's going to carry us out to McKinney, where the logging job is at. And, you know, for me, everything I ever went to was swamp, so it's going to be kind of new for me to go out there. But we got out there, and then he showed us where he was at. It was actually a 20-acre tract that a family had hired him to come in there and to log it and to clear it, and they was going to make some kind of wedding venue or something there. But looking at the type of ground Justin's dealing with, it seems to be good solid ground and nice trees on. They had a bunch of big pine trees and a lot of white oak. The ground's a lot different than the ground we got at home. This is a lot of red clay up here. But Justin had it, the way he was set up, there's no way our job could have set up like that. We'd have tore everything down. But obviously Justin's got a pretty good crew, and they got him in this, it's a kind of a tight spot with fences on both sides. But the boys was doing a good job, you know, not tearing stuff up, and they're probably halfway through with the job. But it looked really good, and they got some nice timber set back in there. And you know, once Justin gets the timber cut, then he's gonna bring in his excavation crew, and then we'll come in there and dig the stumps up and clear the land up for those people.
Causing all this mess. And then the
Well, Bobby, we're standing here on the Tobacco Heritage Trail, which is a couple mile long trail. It's new here in Alberta, and there's not really much here, just a logging and farming community. Got a sawmill over here, auction house.
Wait a minute. What'd you say this road was?
The Tobacco Heritage Trail.
Well, didn't that sign there say you can't smoke on it?
Yes, sir. Yep, no smoking on the Tobacco Heritage Trail.
How much it cost?
$2 million.
They built a $2 million road, Tobacco Heritage, but you can't smoke on it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
That's tax dollars well spent.
Yes, sir. Got a gas station and a Family Dollar here, and got a couple thousand people, I believe, that live here. I'm not sure.
Justin, what brought you here?
My grandfather found a house that's about 100 years old, and he wanted to remodel it. It's an old farmhouse, plantation, and he wanted to remodel that, and we ended up here in 2000.
What year was the house made?
About 1900.
So that house we seen that you're living in, that's what y'all came here to rebuild model?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep.
That is, the inside was beautiful, no doubt. I mean, yeah, that's a cool house there. I can't imagine how much work it's gonna take to finish it.
Right.
But yeah, that's the reason for coming now.
Yes, sir.
You get that thing finished, that's a landmark.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yep. That's the big reason we came down, and my grandfather wanted to remodel it. He done all the carpentry work himself.
He does it all himself?
Yes, sir. Him and my uncle.
Can you do it?
No,
you
sir.
know how to do it?
No, sir. Nope.
You just a logger. You're the one that supplies the firewood to the 13 chimneys or whatever. How many chimneys
sir,
are there? 10. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep. I supply the firewood for the 10 chimneys. Yes, sir.
That's an incredible house.
Yes, sir.
I've always loved. Well, I mean, when you look at it, the detail and the time they put into it, it's not like houses today. They throw them up in 2 or 3 days or a week or whatever.
Right.
Just the detail to the crown molding and whatever. What's the crowns at the top? What's the baseboard mold? Whatever it is, the moldings around the house is
yes, sir.
Just beautiful,
yep.
man.
Absolutely.
And all them columns.
Yes, sir. It's supposed to have about 28 out front.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yep.
I'm gonna tell you what, you're gonna have a beautiful place there when you finish with it.
Absolutely, if he ever does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, you could have bed and breakfast, wedding venues,
yep.
Any kind. I mean, that people would love to have a house like that to get married in.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Well, it's an interesting trail.
Yes, sir.
Got a cool house. I can see what brought you here now.
Absolutely.
Guys, I just got back from Alberta, Virginia. Went up there to meet this young guy, young up-and-coming logger. His name's Justin, and I really want y'all to keep an eye out for this guy. He knows what he's doing. It's going to be a great show, and I want y'all to keep an eye out for it. It's going to be up and coming, and you'll hear some more from us on some links ahead.